Better late than never. Brendan Rodgers said he would be signing officially within a few hours. Well, I mean, it took a day and a half, but it's all over. The wait is finally done. Paulo Bernardo is officially a Celtic player and not a loanee because he has completed a permanent transfer to paradise. Welcome back, guys, to Fog Football. Will it be paradise for Paulo Bernardo? I mean, probably he'll win a bunch of trophies at Celtic, so there's no denying that. He has moved from Celtic to Benfica on a 5-year deal, and it is costing Celtic £3.5 million. Now, there was an option to buy on Bernardo's loan deal from last season, and that fee was £6.5 million. So Celtic have managed to shave off almost half of Benfica's wanting price. They've got it down to 3.5 million. They've taken 3 million off the total. But I would have to imagine that there must be some sort of sell-on percentage fee. At least that's what I would assume. Or maybe Celtic are just really good at negotiating. Maybe Paulo Bernardo really wanted to go and Benfica thought, here, it's better to get 3.5 million than get nothing.
Maybe they are better at negotiating some, but here, the rumours are, the speculation was 50% sell-on fee, which is an insane amount. Would Benfica look at it and feel, well, yeah, we could get 6 million, but if we sell them for 3.5 and get a 50% sell-on fee, then we could probably recoup that. Because all that means is Celtic selling for 10, they get 5, and they're making 8.5 million profit.
True, but is there any guarantee that Bernardo is going to have that sort of success? Is he going to be attracting the kind of transfer values that we are seeing Matt O'Reilly get? I don't think so. I thought Paulo Bernardo was okay, but for me, he wasn't really anything more than okay. I think Bernardo is I think he's this kind of level of a player that Celtic could actually hold on to long term. You look at Matt O'Reilly, and I think with Matt O'Reilly, it's always been how long until he makes a move. How long until he goes down south? How long till he goes abroad? But for me, with Paulo Bernardo, I think he's okay. I think he's a decent player for Celtic, but I don't think he's necessarily great. And maybe Celtic will never, get big money for him when they do sell on. So, yeah, I'm not convinced that Benfica will make money on Bernardo long term. They'd need Celtic to sell him for more than 7 to get to their 6.5 original fee. And right now, obviously it depends on what Paulo Bernardo does, but I wouldn't guarantee that this guy will leave Celtic in a couple of seasons for more than £7 million.
He's a good player, right? I'm not going to take away from the fact that he did a lot of good at Celtic last season. You remember, opened the scoring in an Old Firm in December.
Yeah, but he's not Iota and he's not O'Reilly.
Alright, really? Like, not many people are going to be those two. That's the reality. This league's not going to host players like that for 10 years. As for Paulo Bernardo, he's a good player. I think if Celtic sold Hatate or O'Reilly, this guy would slot in and do them no bother. I think it's a good. I think I'd actually go as far as saying it's a great signing, considering the fact they've actually managed to get it down to 3 million.
Yeah, no, for 3.5 million, I think it's a very good deal. But I just don't think this guy's got the ceiling that some other players do, and therefore I just don't see Paulo Bernardo leaving Celtic for like £20 million. I don't see that.
I don't, but here, maybe he could, maybe he will. We don't know what the future holds.
I mean, I guess it depends
on
how...
If he starts more games and he produces more numbers, then we'll have to wait and see.
And what I think this does mean is that, it pretty much confirms that someone will be leaving. If Celtic can keep all their current midfielders and they have Bernardo as the first option from the bench, then, what a position they're in.
No, what a position they're in, but you've also got... The negative signing of a loan is, well, if you make it permanent, it's like, has your team really changed much for last season? And I think that, you look at Rangers and it's like, they've kept Cortez, they've kept Diamonde. It's like, if the loan is successful, yeah, go ahead, by all means do it. But it's almost like with loans, if they don't massively impress, it's like, well, you may as well try someone new.
But sometimes it's more a case of keeping your squad together rather than improving it.
Oh, absolutely.
Because you can argue that if you take Bernardo out of the Celtic team, then, that makes the squad worse. So, well, it does, 100%. Speaking to Celtic TV, after rejoining on a permanent deal, Bernardo said, quote, "It's amazing for me, and it's a big step in my career. I really enjoyed last season when we won the Championship and Cup, so it was great for me. The first 2 titles in my career too. I love the club, I love the fans, I love the city too. It's so very, very nice to be here again. I love the atmosphere at Celtic Park and away in all the games. Celtic is a big, big club. The fans feed us in the game so we can score one more goal or win the game in the last minute. End of quote. We then had Brendan Rodgers speaking about the move. He told Sky Sports News that there is still work to do in the transfer window, but there is no need to panic. Rodgers says, quote, in transfers, there are a lot of moving parts. It's never as easy as seeing a player and just bringing them in. We'd hope by the end of August that we would have the team supported by who we want. You cannot snooze in this game of football. You always have to be developing and improving. We want to ensure we have improved the squad for this season to take on all the challenges that we have. Everybody would love to get their work done as soon as they can. We would love to have had everything done for the first game of the season, but that doesn't always end up being the case. My hope is we can be much stronger coming out of August window than when we finished last season. End of quote. So, yeah, there you go. There's Rodgers having his opinion on it, wants to improve the squad, but he's not panicking. As long as he's set up by the end of August, he will be happy. And you know what? With no Champions League qualifiers, maybe there isn't a rush for Celtic when you think about it. They can sit and wait. Maybe they can even sit and wait and see what the other club on the other side of the city does, because it's not like Celtic could lose a qualifier, not get the Champions League money, and then people are going to bash them going, well, you should have had players in earlier, you should have had this team ready. Celtic are straight into the group stages. The squad that Celtic currently have, you feel should be good enough to get them off to the kind of start they're looking for in the league anyway. So, yeah, maybe no rush for Celtic right now, and they've got that luxury where they can probably afford to wait until the end of August. A luxury that Rangers probably don't have, considering Rangers have a bigger rebuild in the first place. Plus, they have 4 games they need to play to get into the Champions League, and they're playing catch-up. So I'd say that there's less pressure on the green side of Glasgow for sure.
Yeah, absolutely. You said to follow them, copy them, if they make a signing. Both this signing and proper was pretty much announced at 7 on the button, like for like.
But if you want a proper video on proper, we'll give you it later on tonight, guys. So there you go, that's it.
Or just check out my channel.
Check out Big Stevie Cool, but right now we're going to check out Kilmarnock, and right now they're getting beat by Cercle Bruges. It's not been a great performance.
They're not disgracing us though.
Handball! No giving.
No,
anyway,
no
guys,
giving.
catch you in the next one. Till then, peace.